Welcome back. Today, we're going to utilize Google Stitch, Gemini, and AI Studio and build your very own application. What we're going to build is what I call a creation versus consumption application. We all want to be more productive. So why not have an application that tracks if I'm creating or I'm consuming, right? Too much Netflix is a bad thing, right? Too much doom scrolling is a bad thing. So what we're going to do is we're going to walk you through creating this, and we're going to get started here by going to stitch.withgoogle.com. So I've already taken the time and created an application for you, and I'll show you what I did. I started by creating a chat prompt inside Google Gemini and said, hey, I'm going to utilize Google Stitch. We're going to build out an application that I want to call creation versus consumption, right? Or productivity hacker or something like that. Right. And I explained the screens and it came back and we got fairly close. We went back and forth. We bantered. What you do here is you would highlight it, right? And you click here. It puts it down in here, a screenshot. You say, change that title, right? And it'll go through and it'll change the title. Make sure, by the way, you're using 3.0 Pro. But I've already done that for you. So what we're going to do is the next phase of this is we're going to get started by highlighting these four screens here, and we are going to export them to AI Studio utilizing the More button. Export. Okay, well, let's try that again. Maybe it wasn't highlighted here. Let's try that again. Okay. It should be prompting me over here. Maybe it's because this. Oh, wow, that's a bug, I think. Okay, so what happened there was I had my sidebar hidden, which would be normal, right? And what happened was it went into this and it said, hide both sidebars apparently, right? So did not know that. So, all right. So make sure you don't have the sidebar hidden. So what we did was we selected that, chose more, chose export, and you got these options, AI Studio, Jules and Zip, or code to clipboard. So we're going to highlight our four fields here, our four screenshots. We're going to take it in here. And now what I've done is I've gone into Google Gemini and I've created an AI Studio chat prompt that got very detailed, right? And we're going to say right here, and we're going to put this all into AI Studio, right? This very detailed prompt that's going to tell AI Studio what to build for us. So we're going to start here. We're going to make sure, by the way, always make sure you're on the Google Gemini 3 Pro preview there. Okay. And we gave it that massive amount of instructions here. So that's great. So we put in about a page of instructions that was designed by Google Gemini. Okay. So what we're going to shoot for here is get a nice little MVP, what I call a minimal viable project, right? We want something running. Then we can banter with it back and forth. And we can say, hey, this button doesn't work. The settings page doesn't work. And then we can just manually change it. So, but this should get us fairly close, I believe, right? And what I did here in Gemini, as you can see, show you what I did. Inside Gemini, all I did was I copied those screenshots that we had created inside Google Stitch, and I said, write a detailed prompt for AI Studio to write this app for us, okay? AI Studio will have the screen images that are attached and be very detailed, all right? All I had done is copy that right into there, and you can see here in coding, and right now it's coding it for us. Now, when you're done, once you get everything that you want, you have some options up here. If you want to push it up to your GitHub or you want to start version control. So once you're ready and you got like a production ready app, I recommend studying and understanding version control. All version control is the first time that you've got a good product, you save it up to GitHub and that's your version 1. Then you go check it out and you say, okay, I'm going to make some changes to it. If the changes go well, you save that. That's version 2, version 3, so on and so forth. Let's say you're at version 9. Now, you had a bug in version 8, but you didn't know it. So what you can do then is you go restore version 7 right? And that way that's how version control works. Look at this. We're already close on this. So hours created. So we've already got something here. Okay, so creation versus consumption. Okay, let's try this. We'll say we consumed Netflix. Sorry, I'm moving the camera here. I got some light in my eyes. You'll have to excuse me. I'm in a soccer tournament in Melbourne, Florida. We're going to say Netflix. Okay, for 1 hour, we'll watch the show. All right, there's our daily ledger, Netflix. Okay, good, good, good. Let's see our. Okay, now we can also change the view here. Let's go to mobile. Okay, so there we go. So we've got some changes that we probably want to make here. We want to see if our menus are working. There's our track. Okay, so let's do add. So the log is not, let's see, that's not calculating correctly. So we would definitely want to say that. Okay, so let's go prompt over here. And we're going to tell it here the 3.3 slash 12 should be pulling from the daily log. Make the bottom menu the same on all screens. Okay, let's see how that works. Okay, so let's check some other data here. Okay, so that's going to change. You'll see that change in the code almost instantaneously. Now, once you're done with an app and you're happy with the app, you can push it out. You can store it. Let's say you're building, maybe not this app. Let's say you're building like a website, right? You build your website out there. Now you push it out to like Firebase hosting. That comes with your Google. Unless you're going to do massive amounts of data, stuff like that is pretty much almost free, right? I recommend learning Firebase for about all this stuff. It's just very advantageous. Okay, so here's the logs. Okay, so that log screen definitely doesn't work, but I don't know if that's because it's changing it. Maybe it's because it's changing it. Let's wait and see. Here you can see it's coding. Here, let's see what it's saying. Okay. Okay, so it's doing basically the planning phase here. It's doing sketching. So that's probably why it's locking us out here. Okay. It's building it as we speak, looks like. Okay. So now I've been working a lot lately. Opus 4.6 has been out for 2 days now, I think, and it is incredible. Let me tell you, I've still been designing here inside of Google Gemini version 2, and then I will take it out to Opus and just watch that thing. It's incredible. I mean, it thinks of things I didn't even tell it, right? I'd done a video recently. You can go check it out. Super Bowl's this weekend. And we wanted to build a Squares app for the family. So I was like, oh, I'll go do a demo on that. And I built it in Opus 4.6. It thought of things that I didn't tell it. For example, if you haven't distributed all the squares yet, there's no need to put the numbers on the tops and the side, right? So it grays that out, right? I didn't tell it that. It logically thought of when it's up, right? And that's next level to me, right? I know a lot of people out there are like, I'm going to go Claudebot, Claudebot, Claudebot. But it's like, man, get this vibe coding down. And I haven't seen where Claudebot can do anything that's like really a nice UI yet, right? Where really it's like production ready, right? I've seen some stuff where it's like, oh, it can go search social media for me. It can read my email. We can do all that in Claude Cowork, right? So looks like yeah, this is still building here. Let's see if we can see the code moving at all. I don't really see that, but I guess we did give it. We basically told it to change every screen. Let's see, it's still letting us do these if we want. Let's wait. Okay, we'll add this to consumption. We'll say let's see, what else did we waste time doing? Doom scrolling. That's probably all of our problems. Too much doom scrolling. An hour on that. Right, there we go. There's our log. There's our history log. Okay, so it looks like we've been productive most of the day. So we're up to about 5 hours here, 65% though. So that's pretty good. Still parsing over here. I guess it was a big change here because what we're changing is this piece. So that is probably having to write all the algorithm to check up, all the log files and have to go through there and add it all up. So let's go through and look at some of this other stuff. Here's your settings. Right here's a quote from the main screen here. No one ever got rich doom scrolling, says Stan Jazz. That's me, by the way. So, all right. So if I wanted to change this to 14 hours a day, my creation goal, or we got projects. Okay, we got our history logs. Okay. That would need changed. History. Okay. So the scroll works on that. So not doing too bad. Okay. So this is nice. I didn't tell it to do this. It knows to check the daily ledger. So, but I wonder if it doesn't pull up a calendar. So one thing we would want to change is this. We want to highlight here and change that calendar. And this hamburger menu doesn't work. So we'd want to change that next. But okay, so this has been running now for 5 minutes. So I'm going to let this run and I'm going to come back and show you guys the end product. Oh, here it is. Never mind. I take it back. They must have heard me. So AI is getting smarter. It doesn't want to be shut off here, but it's editing the files. So let's go over and look at code. Okay, so you can see here it's working on the dashboard. Got it. Welcome back. So as you can see, we've got the 3.3 out of 4 hours, which I'm not even sure that's correct. I think we are up to like 5 hours. But let's test it by putting in another thing here. We're going to say I created video, right? That was pretty good. That was a creation. That was a win for us, right? Let's see. So, no, I think maybe that was correct. So let's go back and go back to track to see if yeah, that did fix it. So there you go. We did fix it. So now we got the log, we got our history here. So as we grow this app, we'd want to fix this calendar. I don't think that works, right? Here's our config, our daily consumption goal here, 12 hours. So we haven't really told it what to do. We're 85% creation, only 15% consumption here. So that's great. We got the quote here. Let's see. We can say, don't waste your life on social media, right? We'll say, Stan J said that. Let's see if it fixes those fields. Let's do a commit here. See if that saved it. And there you go. We changed our quote right there, quote of the day. So we'd obviously want to change other things, right? Like you can't see the 5.0 very well, right? But hey, it's a start. I'd call it, close to a little minimal viable project. Now, you'd want to host this somewhere, but this is a start. You want to say if you want to track this data, you want to say, do you want to keep it on, Firebase as far as that, or like a local SQL? But you got lots of options. So thanks for tuning in today. Once again, I'm live from Melbourne, Florida at a soccer tournament, just trying to get an extra video in. So I appreciate everybody tuning in. Like and subscribe down below, and we'll see you tomorrow. All right. Bye-bye.